you have to begin to watch these things and predict what's coming so that you can make better decisions. I'm going to talk about more of that. Do you want to know the truth of what's really happening right now in real estate? Some crazy things have continued to happen in the market. I like to predict the future by looking back and seeing what happens, because we can kind of see the trajectory of what's going on and then see a few things of what's happening to put those together to see what's going to happen in July. So last month we saw an additional increase in home prices. You saw our last month's video. You know, we've gotten to a total of $40,000 in total increase in home sale prices since January. It's crazy. Well, last month, more of the same. Another $12,500 in the average sale price for a home in either Douglas or Sarpy County combined. So home prices continue to go up. Again, now we're at over $52,000 in the average sale price for a home in our area. So you have to begin to watch these things and predict what's coming so that you can make better decisions. I'm going to talk about more of that when we get to how to help buyers. So the reason for these home increases is because we're having less homes on the market. So if we compare last month of June versus 2022 in June, 248 less homes on the market. It's a lot of less homes that we need to help cool off some of those increasing prices. The federal government thought that by increasing the interest rates that they're going to cool some things off, and they definitely reduced the number of sales. But the buyer pool is still big enough and the housing shortage is small enough that home prices continue to go up. So this is what's happening right now. It's a big deal. And so those two things playing on each other that are causing for some frustrating situations for buyers and sellers. Also, if you watched last month, we had a bold prediction, and we said that we had predicted that last month would have seen a 1% drop in interest rates. Well, guess what? That did not happen. We put our chips in with a market forecaster who accurately predicted 2008 and a number of other big changes in the economy. The difference was the federal government didn't see some of those changes in the numbers for inflation and number of jobs and some of those different things that were supposed to come together and result in a big drop in interest rates. It didn't happen. We kind of shared that and said, hey, it's a bold prediction. Don't bet the farm on it, but this is what we hope is going to happen this month. And it just didn't. So I always like to come back to that. If we miss it on something, man, I'm going to own up to that. So we missed it last month. So what does all this mean for buyers and sellers? So for buyers, right now I'm encouraging you to consider ARM loans. I just referenced 2008, and 2008 ARM loans kind of went hand in hand, but they were way less regulated. They were given out in some really bad ways. So to combat the high interest rates, this is a good option. If you're considering buying a home, consider an ARM loan. It's not right for everybody, but for those who are looking to get a lower interest rate, and there's just no way that in a 5-year, 7-year period, which where most of these ARM loans are, we're just not going to get to a lower rate. And so there's going to be a time in there when you can refinance and get a lower interest rate. And there's many loan companies and banks that will actually cover that cost of refinancing. So not only will you get a lower rate now, but they're going to cover some of the costs, some or all of the costs of that when it comes time to refinance later. So rather than a traditional loan, which you will be refinancing on your own dime later, why not consider an ARM loan? It can get you a lower payment now with a lower rate, and it can save you some money in refinancing costs. I'd highly recommend looking at that option for that. What does this mean for sellers? For sellers, I'm telling you this month, take a step of faith. There are not enough homes on the market, and you have a very unique opportunity right now to get your home on the market. So this is kind of tailored for potential sellers, people who are waiting for the right time, but just not sure about rates or trying to find the right home. I'm encouraging you to take a step of faith, particularly though for the seller who is looking to upsize. If you're looking to move into a bigger home, more expensive area, just by running the numbers, you'll see very quickly that it's costing you money by waiting. So simple numbers real quick here. Let's say you lived in a $100,000 house and you wanted to move up to a $200,000 house. Again, easy math, a 10% increase in home values as they continue to go up. And we've already seen more than that this year. But for a 10% increase, that $100,000 home you live in, if you waited and saw that increase, well, you'd get to sell it for $110,000. Or that $200,000 home that you wanted to move into, that $200,000 house now costs $220,000. So you made $10,000 on that sale by waiting, but you paid $20,000 extra dollars on that purchase. You have a net loss of $10,000. So if you're considering selling in the future, you should consider selling sooner, because there's some great opportunities for you to not pay as much money for that next house. Because I'm telling you, as prices continue to go up, there are people who will get priced out of the home their family needs, either the size or the location, because prices continue to rise. And so I'm telling you, take a step of faith. We've helped a number of sellers who just get that home on the market, but put the right contingencies in place so that you don't have to move if you don't find the right house. You can literally do that right now. There's not enough homes. So that's my encouragement for sellers. Take a step of faith. Things just fall into place when you have someone who knows how to walk you through that process. So my name is Jim Hare, and I help a ton of people build, sell, and buy homes. We're one of the top real estate groups in the area. If you or someone you know is considering building, selling, or buying, we need to have a conversation about how your specific season of life factors into the current market conditions. We've got builder, seller, and buyer protocols we can put in your hand to give you some good information about the process and how to make good decisions along the way. So reply to this email, reply on social media, wherever you're watching this video at, tag someone that needs to see this. We'd love to help you and your loved ones make really good decisions for your family's future. So thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you and have an amazing day.